Seth, you are from Sheffield, a city that Joe Root hails from. Tell me, was this expected of him, given that, last year wasn't a great year, but coming into 2021, he seems to have set his foot in an exceptional territory.
He has. He turned 30 just a month or so ago, and he seems to have matured very, very quickly. Now, when you look back on what he did in 2020, you'll say it was a disappointing year, yet he still averaged over 40 in Test cricket. He's got 2 kids now. You just sense that he's grown up as a person an awful lot in the last 2 or 3 years. And during the time when he was off with the COVID break, I think he was able to just work on his game and go back to being what Joe Root was all about, which is score tons and tons of runs. Now, did anybody expect him to score 600 runs at the clip he's done through 3 Test matches to start this year? No. But did people expect this to be a good winter for him and for him to be able to score runs in Sri Lanka and in India? Absolutely, because the pitches suit his game. And he's a kid that just has kept growing every single time that he's played. If you think back to just after he made his Test debut, he went on an Ashes tour. He was dropped for slow scoring rate.
Right.
When he came back into the side, he was scoring about 60 runs per 100 balls. So you start to see Joe Root developing as a cricketer. When he's found problems, he's gone away and found solutions. And that's why he is where he is right now, which is amongst the top 4, top 5 cricketers, batsmen within world cricket.
Right. He is, in fact, hailed to be one among the top 4. But just tell us, does India have a special place in his heart? He made his debut in India. He came back to play his 100th Test in India, scored a 200 in that, double 100 in that, now won that Test. What does India really mean to Joe Root?
Well, Joe Root loves cricket. India loves cricket. And I think one of the biggest disappointments for him is that he never got picked up in the IPL. He never had that opportunity to go and showcase his talents in India on that stage. I can't help but wonder, though, whether maybe an IPL team will take a punt on him at the next auction, because his stock has kind of gone through the roof, particularly this winter. But he loves India, and he loves that opportunity to go out and express himself. And I think if you look and you listen to him right now, he's somebody that's very at ease in the conditions that he's in. He's very at ease in the place that his team is and where his own game is. So I think he's a pretty happy boy right now, and he's going to really enjoy the test of this tour. And make no mistake about it, in his mind, this, for him, is the 2 best teams in world cricket going head-to-head. And
right.
He knows how hard the next 3 tests are going to be. But he also knows if England are able to fight it out as they did in this test match, then they've got a real chance of causing an upset. But it's going to be hard.
Well, we'll of course have to wait and see what happens in this series. But it's been a pretty special week for him, for Joe Root, the England captain. He's now tied with Michael Vaughan for 26 wins, which is the most by an England captain. Seth, tell us, as a captain, how much has he grown in the last few years? Because what I am given to understand is that the English one-day captain is more influential in the setup than Joe Root, and hence he always gets the squad he wants, whereas Joe, on the other hand, has to live with the squad that he's given.
I think it's 2 very different things. Over the last 3 years, England very much looked at white ball cricket. They wanted to give it a real good go at winning the World Cup, which they did. That meant that the Test team had to make sacrifices, and the push was really towards Owen Morgan's side. Following that World Cup win, there was a decision that they were going to prioritise Test cricket. Again, that meant the schedule was going to change, and it meant that the Test team was going to take priority. I think where Joe Root's captaincy has changed the most, Chris Silverwood, the new coach, comes in, and he sat down with Joe, and they decided the identity they wanted this team to play with. And it was a different identity to the one-day team and the limited overs team. So all of a sudden they decided, right, we're going to go with a blueprint where we're going to grind out big runs in the first innings and then hit the other team hard. And make sure that we give ourselves the chance to win in the 4th innings. And big runs and taking the time and providing a platform for players like Joe Root was absolutely crucial. And his captaincy has flourished now. And you watch him in the field right now, he's making great decisions. He's using his bowlers well. And you hear him, he's enjoying the role that he's playing with this team. And he's starting to become that elite captain that I think people wondered whether he was going to get there or not. But I think the last 12 months has shown that he can very much get there.